What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fantasy Sports Now. Today, I want to bring to you part 2 of how to avoid Tommy John. Now, if this is for fantasy reasons where you want to avoid taking guys who are red flags in your leagues, in your dynasty leagues, this is the right spot for you. If this is more for a real life coach or maybe a pitcher and looking at things to avoid when you're actually pitching, grab some film and make sure that you are not doing this when you pitch. Get out there, pitch with a camera, and make sure you're not doing these things. I'm a guy, again, who studies trends, and I do a lot of analytics, and I've been studying this kind of pandemic, if you will, or epidemic, whatever you want to call it, with Tommy John. And so I'm starting up this series on things that we have noticed in the major leagues with those who end up getting Tommy John surgery. So tip number 2, and this is actually a pretty crucial one, and it's one that's easy to spot if you're looking at pictures or film or anything like that. It's this inverted W. I understand that an inverted W is an M, but for some reason in the community, it's called an inverted W. So I don't know. So this is what we're talking about. If you see the elbow placement of this is C.J. Wilson. And I'll kind of try to do it too. Is their elbows? I can't even hardly do it. Their elbow is above their shoulder on both of them, and that's making that the M or that inverted W. And again, we take this screenshot from when his plant foot hits. That's when his weight is starting to move forward. And so what happens with this inverted W, and I'll give you another one here. This is Chris Sale. He has a weird motion to begin with, but you can really see that M or inverted W on Chris Sale here. So the reason this is bad is because by the time your weight is starting to move forward from your pitch, you start to move forward. If your arm is still way down here, your weight is already moving forward and your arm has to come all the way up and it still has to go all the way through to actually throw a pitch. So your arm is having to do a lot of the work when your body is already moved forward. So your weight is moving forward or has moved forward quite a bit, and your arm isn't even close to being ready to pitch. So all that pressure, all that stress ends up going onto your arm. It's either your shoulder or your elbow, and that's exactly what's happening here. So I got one more picture here. This is Kyle Wright. He's going to be pitching for Atlanta this year. It hasn't hit him yet, but his plant foot isn't quite down, but you can see just how he gets that way up there. And the telltale sign is when that ball is facing down, when that front foot is landing. It's not good. Not every player, I would say. Some people get lucky, but a lot of players that end up getting Tommy John do just this. And this is the thing that a lot of MLB teams are starting to recognize and try to fix. In fact, I saw a recent one on Kyle Wright where it looked like maybe they were trying to make some adjustments with him because it looked a little bit more like he was getting his arm up a lot faster. But again, the reason why this is so dangerous is because your weight is started to go forward and your arm is way behind. It's way back here. And it's got to come all the way up and go all the way across. So I want you to try this exercise maybe is I'm not going to stand in this particular case, but if you want to lean lean your weight left and stick your arm out as far as you can, as far as you can. And I start to feel that in my elbow immediately, but you have to really lean, So that's what I'm talking about. You get your body weight forward, and your elbow hasn't come through yet. It really puts a lot of stress on your arm. So again, guys with the inverted W are red flags for my fantasy. Do not take, will not draft. I don't care if they fix it. Sometimes the damage is already done. That's what we have to avoid. So watch the series because there's going to be a few more of these guys coming at you. Appreciate you guys. See ya.